Good morning, second grade. We'll get started with some phonogram review. Our first phonogram is ow, o, oo, What are you going to write? Good. Ow, o, oo, Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. Ow, o, oo, Remember, that's our talkative hurt. This is ow, o, oo, If you didn't get that, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. First, let's... All right. Our next phonogram is ya, it, I, e. What are you going to write? Good. Ya, it, I, e. Say it while you write it. Put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote, class. What is it? Good. Ya, it, I, e. This is our ya, it, I, e. All right. So if you didn't get that one, write it 3 times and say it while you write it. The next one is g, 2-letter g, always followed by a vowel. What are you going to write? Good. G, 2-letter g, always followed by a vowel. Say it while you write it. Class, what did you just write? Good. G, 2-letter g, always followed by a vowel. I know we haven't used that one very much. If you didn't get it though, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. G, 2-letter g, always followed by a vowel. All right. Our next phonogram is ng. What are you going to write? Good. Ng. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. This is our Remember, it's different than because when I say my teeth are touching and you can see my teeth. When I say my teeth aren't touching. All right, so if you didn't get that one, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. All right, our last phonogram is o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. What are you going to write? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote, class. What is it? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah. This is our o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. All right. So if you didn't have that one, write it 3 times and say it while you write it. All right, sitting up nice and straight, we're ready to write our words. Our first word is found. Class, what's the word? Good, found. You found the papers I was missing. Found. What sounds do we hear in the word found? Good, our sounds are f, ow, n, d. All right, our ow is ow, o, oo, Class, which ow are we going to use? Good, ow, o, oo, Say the sounds in found while you write them. All right, if you're not finished, pause the video till you are. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good. What's next? Good, ow. Which ow? Good, ow, o, oo, good, and good. All right, make sure your word looks like this. All right, and put your pencil down while we go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, we need to underline our ow, oh, ooh, How about this? This one? All right, just that one thing to mark. Pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, let's read our word, class. Good, found. All right, our next word is ground. What's the word? Good, ground. I put my bag on the ground when I came in. Ground. What sounds do you hear in the word ground? Okay, this one might be a little tricky because we've got, remember, some consonants at the beginning that are going to want to stick together and at the end. So ground. One more time, what are our sounds? Good. G, r, ow, n, d. Right. Our ow in ground is also ow, o, ooh, Class, which ow do we use in ground? Good. Ow, o, ooh, Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, good. All right, I hope for this next one you were saying so we're not getting it confused with It's not it's Okay, what's next? Good, ow, which ow? Good, ow, oh, ooh, and good, d. All right, and I hope we're also starting our d in the correct spot because I know some of us aren't and we're still getting them mixed up. D and b. All right, make sure yours looks like this. Let's go through this. So pencil down. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this? Good, we need to underline our ow, oh, ooh, this and this. All right, pick up your pencil, just that one marking. And let's say our sounds and put them together. Good, ground. All right. Our next word is guy. What's the word? Good, guy. I saw a guy walking on the street yesterday. Guy. It's another word for man. What sounds do you hear in the word guy? All right, our sounds, we just have two sounds, g, I. All right, our g is g, two-letter g, always followed by a vowel. Our I is y, I, e, right? Because it's at the end of a word, I can't use I, e. I'll use y, I, e instead. But wait, class, what lets our y, I, e say I? All right, if you said an open syllable, you are right, but remember, I and Y are our less consistent vowels. So we need to, let's say our rule for our less consistent vowels, because we want to know the rule. So listen if you're not sure, and then say it with me. So don't say it first, just listen. I and Y usually say E or I at the end of a syllable, but may say it. All right, I'm going to ask you one more time. Say it with me, class. What lets our y, I, e say I in the word guy? I and Y usually say E or I at the end of a syllable, but may say it. All right, one more time to write guy. Which gut are we using? Good, g, two-letter g, always followed by a vowel. And which I? Good, ya, I-E. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Ga, which ga? Good, ga, two-letter ga, always followed by a vowel. And which I? Good, ya, I-E. All right, so make sure your word looks like mine. All right, put your pencil down. Let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? Good, we underline it because it's a two-letter phonogram. How about this? All right, we underline our ya, I-E because it's saying its name. All right, when this is a vowel and it's saying its name is I. Remember, we use Y and I interchangeably. So this one's vowel name is I, so it's saying its name. So we're going to underline it. All right, pick up your pencil. All right, class, let's read our word. All right, nice job. Our next word is buy. Class, what's the word? Good, buy. I need to buy some milk at the store. Buy. All right, this one is a two-way word. And we're teaching it with Guy because it looks really similar. All right, so buy, what sounds do we hear in the word buy? Okay, the sounds we hear are b, I, but to spell this kind of buy, it's b, we have a silent U, and then I. All right, so for buy, what are we going to write, class? Good, the sounds are b, silent U, I. This I is also ya, I-E. Remember, we can't use I-E at the end of an English word, so we use ya, I-E instead. All right, class, one more time. What are we going to write to spell buy? Good, so it's b, silent U, I. Which I is it? Good, ya, I-E. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? All right, buh. What's silent U? That's the tricky thing about this word. And which I? Good, ya, I-E. All right, so make sure your word looks like this. All right, let's go through our markings. Class, does this need a marking? How about this one? All right, in the word buy, do we hear this? We don't. What do we do to any silent letter? Good, double underline, but not yet. Wait, does this need a marking? Good, so just like in Guy, when it's saying I, which is its name, it gets underlined. It's going to get underlined here as well. All right, pick up your pencil. All right, let's read our word, class. Right, and here we just skipped the silent letter. Okay, our next word is bought. Class, what's the word? Good, bought. I bought bananas at the store last weekend. Bought. All right, class, what sounds do we hear in the word bought? All right, in the word bought, our sounds are b, ah, t. All right. But in bot, our ah is o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. All right, in bot class, which ah do we use? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. See the sounds while you write bot? All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, buh. All right, ah is next, but which ah? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. And good. T is our last sound. Gosh, for only 3 sounds, we've got a lot of letters in that word. That's what happens when we use o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. All right, let's go through our markings, class. Does this need a marking? How about this? All right, I hope you're showing me we need to underline it. Ooh, what are the 6 sounds of this phonogram? Okay, good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. So which of the 6 sounds is ah, which is the sound it's making in this word? If we're not sure, let's do it again. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. What is it? That's its 5th sound. So it's going to get an underline and a little 5 on top. And does this need a marking? No. All right, pick up your pencil. All right, let's read our word, class. Good, bot. All right, our next word is bring. What's the word? Good, bring. She said she will bring a cake to the party. Bring. What sounds do we hear in the word bring, class? Good. In bring, our sounds are b, r, e, ng. All right, remember we need 2 letters to make that ng sound. Go ahead and write bring. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. B, r, e, ng. Good. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? This one? This? Good, we need to underline our ng. All right, let's read our word. Good, bring. All right. The next word is brought. What's the word, class? Good, brought. So this is the past tense of bring. Let's see. I brought a pie to the party last week. Brought. All right. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word brought? Good. Our sounds are b, r, ah, t. So just like with bought for brought, our ah is o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. Class, which ah are we going to use in brought? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. All right, make sure you're saying the sounds while you write them so you get all the sounds. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good, but ah, which ah? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. And good. T is our last sound. All right. So make sure your word looks like mine. Remember, we want to make sure we're saying the sounds while we write them, because if we didn't and we left this out, then we would have written bought again. And we don't want bought again, we want brought. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? This guy? Okay, we need to underline it. Which of its sounds is ah? We could look back at our last word, but let's practice saying the sounds so we get one more practice of that. What are the sounds of this phonogram? O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. Okay, so this is its fifth sound. Don't mark it yet. Does this need a marking? Okay, now that we're at the end of the word, we can pick up our pencil and mark our word. And let's read it, class. All right, good, brought. Let's see. So just to look at some patterns we have in found and ground, we both use the same ow. Which ow is it? Good, ow, o, oo, In guy and by, we both have a U after the first sound that we don't hear, right? So for this one, we have to remember it's g, two-letter g. For by, oh, we've got a silent U there, right? And then bought and brought, we use the same ah, o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. All right, so if we're looking for those patterns, that might help us when we're practicing and then when we come to our quiz. All right, I'll see you in the next video, class.